So, ladies and gentlemen, everybody, uh, Darshan, are you here?
Yes, sir. Good
Darshan,
morning.
good morning. So, everybody in the group, can we all unmute and welcome Darshan for coming and sharing with us?
Welcome, Darshan bhai.
Welcome, Darshan ji.
Welcome,
Welcome,
Darshan bhai.
Darshan ji.
Welcome, Darshan bhai.
Welcome, Darshan sir.
Welcome, Darshan bhai.
Thank you very much, sir. It's always a pleasure to listen to
Welcome,
you and
Darshan
your
bhai.
class. एक energy level अलग level पे पहुंच जाता है. There's always something to do. Fantastic
Great.
sharing by your students
Harsh.
and amazing Harsh and so many others. Like
Yeah,
lots to do. And the energy level is still the same even after so many years. Love it.
वेरी गुड वेरी गुड। एक सेकेंड रुकना जरा, जस्ट वन सेकेंड। अब आप ना अपने आप को अनम्यूट कर लो दर्शन एक बार।
Yes, sir.
हाँ जी। So the stage is all yours. Why don't you share with us which city, what do you do,
Sure,
what is your product, and how's been your journey?
sure, sir. So I'll give a little bit of background. We are based out of Bombay. We are a hardcore manufacturing firm, and we manufacture what I call as a boring business. We manufacture industrial rubber sealings, which have applications anywhere. So if you want to seal any kind of liquid, any kind of gas, you need a rubber seal. So आपके नल में भी होता है, आपके घड़ी में भी होता है. Too many different applications. We have some of our parts on Boeing and Airbus as well. So some of the parts that we manufacture are used in aerospace. So that's the kind of business we are into. Our manufacturing unit is located 3 hours north of Bombay, and we are a family business. We started a small division around 7 years back, which me and my brother Jay we had together. Started with a very very small turnover in the first year in 2017 of around 2.1 crores. And yeah, it's been 7 years. We've grown more than 10x, and here we are with sir's guidance and a lot of the learnings that we implemented. I have a couple of friends in listening in. Sesha is there, Gaurav is there, and yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. And a lot of things we learned from Rahul sir, which we implemented, that have been instrumental in how many times we've grown. So just as a short summary, I would say our revenue has grown more than 10x. Our profits have grown more than 20x. Our profit margins went from 10% to 35%. These are
10%,
some of,
10% to 35%.
yes, sir, that's the,
350% GP increase,
this is net profit, sir, it's not GP.
net profit. So net profit has gone up in
On 10%
percentage
to
terms
30. Yes, sir. From
in
10% to 35%.
rubber components,
Yes, sir.
which is a commodity product.
Yes, depends on, like you were rightly saying, who are you what are you selling to and where you are selling to. I'll give an example of that, which I think people will never forget. Somebody told me this. The same company in the US, uh, it manufactures pregnancy test kits, and it places it in two places in a departmental store. One is where all the medicines are kept. So families who are trying to have a child will regularly buy the pregnancy kit, and then they keep it near where the condoms are kept, so that the young people who want to avoid an accident can buy a pregnancy kit. And the pricing of the two is completely different, and the
Same
packaging is
product,
completely same product. The
same
pregnancy kit
store.
in a departmental store in the US, manufactured in the same facility, but just different boxes and for different audiences, and the prices are completely different.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah.
So yes, sir, that's been our journey. What I would like to tell everybody is I'm really excited to be here, and I would love to answer any specific questions that you have more than sharing formats, etc. What I'll tell you a little bit about what we did. I think one of the most, what our belief system is and what we've been trying to practice is one of the most limiting factors. सबसे कम resource जो हमारे पास है is our time. as top management, whatever we give our time to will get better and improve. So we realized that, okay, what do we want to focus on and what should be our, you know, north star, so to say. And we decided that everything starts from the customer. Like what sir was saying earlier, if the customer has money and if the customer is willing to pay you for the value that you're adding, all your decision making down the line becomes much easier. Somebody comes to you with a problem, you can give a solution much faster, much with a lot more clarity. So we focused a lot on who was the customer we wanted to work with. People from manufacture will understand a lot of our time and energy goes into developing new products. If somebody says, okay, why don't you do this? Uh, yeah, we can surely do this if it is within our domain, but is it worth it? For the right customer, it's worth it. For the wrong customer, it takes away a lot of our time and energy. So, selecting the right customer, which market he was operating on, which industry he will be from, creating an ideal customer profile was the single biggest decision, most important decision I believe that we took as a business. And from there in, things became a lot easier. So for our business, rubber ceilings, we decided to focus on exports. We decided to focus on high technical, high engineering products. Uh, so this is something, for example, a lot of people have competition from China. Chinese people generally, in general, don't want to do anything which doesn't have very high volumes or which is not into commodity. So we said, okay, we will get into highly technical stuff, but highly customized. So the Chinese are not involved at all. Then we decided to focus on, okay, let's do exports. So what happened in exports is the time that it requires for us to develop a new product is the same, whether it's a domestic customer or an export customer. But an export customer will have a minimum billing of 10 to 20 times than your domestic customer. Third of all, they also pay a lot of time and attention on qualifying you as a vendor. So sometimes it takes months and years to get listed with them. They will do their due diligence, they will audit your factory, they will test your product. But once that is done, you're assured about business for 5 years. In a domestic market or a domestic company, no matter how good relationship you have, you cannot guarantee whether next year this guy will be your customer or not. In exports, it's completely different. Our retention rate of an export customer over the last 5 years is 100%. And in domestic, we have maybe around 60% retention. That also is getting lower and lower because we've now stopped chasing them. We are only focusing on our new developments and projects on exports. So जो domestic customers है वो continue कर रहे हैं, लेकिन we are not going after them for new projects and new products. So these have been things that have extremely well worked for us, and yeah, it's made our decision making, our value proposition really easy. One of the examples I can share is for the right customer. So now we only work with the right customer. If somebody comes in, like what Mr. Harshvardhan was sharing, अगर हमारे पास कोई आता है, and I know even friends from BMP and BCI have contacted us that Darshan, can you make XYZ for us? And we'll refer them to somebody who will add value to them. Somebody who doesn't have the uh, high technical requirement that we do. We uh, we make sure that we give them and recommend them somebody who will serve their purpose, but we don't work with them directly. Now, what this does is that for our right customer, we have 100% no questions asked replacement policy. If the customer says there's a problem with your product, no questions asked, we will replace it 100%. Uh, we focus on the German market. So we have a German engineer who speaks fluent German sitting in our office in Bombay, who's doing lead generation for us in Germany. So many such examples, and decision making became clear, and it tremendously helped our business.
How did you find this German guy?
Um, Sir, my wife runs a recruitment firm specializing in family businesses. So I tell her that, okay, this is the bullseye I want to hit, and she's fortunate enough to find it for me.
Very nice. Yeah, sorry, continue, please.
Yeah. So many such things, sir. We used to participate at exhibitions. This year, one of our goals is that some of our ex-customers who've retired abroad in Germany, Italy, UK, US, we are going to do an event at our factory where instead of doing an exhibition, we'll invite all these guys to come to our plant, spend 3 4 days with us, tell us how their experience was about working with us, etc. And then they become our champions in those countries. If we want them to come with us for a meeting, which we're already doing. So our ex-customer, one of the guys who came to us to audit us from Siemens, now comes with me for Siemens meetings in Germany and France. So many such things, brave decisions become easier when you're working with the right customer.
Over a period of time, पहले when you came to ASP or earlier, you were
Yeah.
first working with all kinds of customers. पहले क्या करते थे?
सर पहले ऐसा था कि एक प्रॉफिट इंपॉर्टेंट है ये समहाउ हमेशा से दिमाग में था, लेकिन कैसे उसको अचीव करना है उसके बारे में ज्यादा क्लैरिटी नहीं थी। जब छोटे होते हैं तब बहुत डर होता है कि कस्टमर तो है, जीपी में कुछ तो ऐड कर रहा है, कहीं तो वैल्यू ऐड हो रही है, उसको मना कैसे करें, उसको छोड़ कैसे दें। तो आई थिंक एएसपी से सबसे बड़ा डिफरेंस ये था कि वो थोड़ा सा करेज आ गया कि ठीक है, सही आदमी से काम नहीं भी करेंगे थोड़े देर के लिए तो मे बी हो सकता है जीपी इफेक्ट हो, थोड़ा फ्री टाइम रहेगा, फैक्ट्री में थोड़ी कैपेसिटी कम यूटिलाइज होगी। बट वो नहीं हुआ इनफैक्ट कि वंस यू स्टॉप working with the wrong customers, it frees up so much of your time that you then only need to add one or two good customers to fill that up.
So
So
you
that
you
was,
you
yeah,
started you stopped working with the wrong kind of customers. You stopped working चाहे फैक्ट्री खाली हो, मतलब
बिल्कुल
कैपेसिटी एक्सेस हो.
करेक्ट। बट वो 1 साल के विंडो में आप देखेंगे तो कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, मतलब वो इजीली रिकवर हो जाता है। जैसे वन ऑफ द थिंग्स आई वुड मेंशन इज कि हमारा जो रेवेन्यू ग्रोथ हुआ एंड प्रॉफिट का ग्रोथ हुआ, वी डिड नॉट इंक्रीज द नंबर ऑफ कस्टमर्स, वी रिड्यूस द नंबर ऑफ कस्टमर्स।
कितने से
तो
कितने?
सो जो हमारा रेवेन्यू ग्रोथ है 10x का, वी वर at the base level we were working with 80 customers. Now that we've grown 10 times, we are working with 65 customers. So the number of customers that we are dealing with has actually reduced.
Very good. So you have reduced the number of customers and you have grown 10x in revenue.
Yeah. Yes, sir. 10x in revenue, 20x in profit.
10x in revenue, 20x in profit.
Yes, sir.
Wow. And doing by reducing the number of customers.
By
मतलब सबको
reducing,
लगता
sir.
है कि कस्टमर इंक्रीज हो जाएंगे, हमारी रेवेन्यू रहेगा, रेवेन्यू रहेगा, रेवेन्यू रहेगा, रेवेन्यू रहेगा, बट दैट्स अ मिथ.
नहीं सर, इट्स 100% अ मिथ। सही कस्टमर्स पे जब फोकस करेंगे, और इनफैक्ट हमको तो ऐसा लगता है कि हमको साल में 20 अच्छे कस्टमर ही चाहिए। Like, we don't want 200 customers, we don't want 2000 customers. The 20 good customers that you add, if they are adding value to your business for 5 to 10 years and they're the right type of customers, who tell you, okay, where are you adding value, what can you do differently? We don't work with a single customer who approaches us with a question ki yaar iska price kya hai. Our mission statement, which is down even to our operator level, ye do line is how we convey what we do as a business. We deliver challenging seals for demanding customers. Our product has to be something challenging, not everybody can do, and our customer has to be demanding. These are the two qualifiers that we have. So the
अगर कोई
customer has to come and ask us, can you do this? Are you paying minimum wages? Do you have all certifications? Are you legally compliant? These kind of questions are what we want the customer to come and ask us.
and Niral is his wife and you are saying कि कोई कस्टमर अगर आके पूछता है कि भाई कितने का पड़ेगा, यू आर नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन, मतलब क्या करते हो?
मना कर देते हैं सर कि आप, मतलब व्हाट इज योर प्राइमरी पर्पस ऑफ this question, basically आप, why are you in the market to look for a new vendor? So if he says that it is cost cutting, we tell them in the immediate, there's no presentation, no introduction, that we are not a company which will ever be the cheapest. So if that is what you're looking for, then there is no point in us working together. And we explain it to them. Our equipment, our machinery, our people are not geared to be the cheapest.
तो उसको बोल देते हो कि भाई अगर तेरे को सस्ता चाहिए तो हमारे से मत काम कर, हम नहीं करेंगे काम, हम कर नहीं
100%.
पाएंगे, मतलब we are not equipped to do this work.
We are not. We invite them to our factory. एक अच्छा एग्जाम्पल है सर कि आप मतलब मर्सिडीज के शोरूम में जाके नहीं बोलते ना कि मारुति कितने की है. So even if you drop a customer, we want it to be at a level where the customer feels that we are aspirational. We didn't work together, but if I move to another company, I hope to work with you. That is the kind of feeling that we want uh, them to leave with. And usually that is what happens. Another example is that in our industry, whoever is the capital machinery manufacturer, we only work with the top three globally because our customers are so high end and they have such a high qualitative requirement. We have decided कि अगर हम मशीन खरीदेंगे, मोल्ड खरीदेंगे, कोई भी इंपॉर्टेंट इन्वेस्टमेंट करेंगे, तो हम ग्लोबली टॉप थ्री में से एक में से ही लेंगे, नहीं तो नहीं लेंगे.
वेरी
तो
नाइस. पहले क्या
इट
होता था?
सेव्स अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम.
पहले क्या होता
पहले
था?
10 कोटेशन मंगाओ, इससे भी लो, उससे भी लो, सस्ता वाला खरीद लो, फिर वो सस्ता वाला नहीं चलेगा या नहीं चलेगा टू द लेवल दैट यू वांटेड टू, देन यू विल ट्राई स्पेंड टाइम trying to fix that, make that better, etc. As a business owner, a lot of our time and energy goes into fixing wrong decision. So now we have decided नहीं भाई, हमारा important decision ये है कि किससे काम करना है और मतलब गेम कौन सी खेलनी है और किस रूल से खेलनी है. And then whatever needs to be done to satisfy that customer, we will do it. So it
आई एम
saves a lot of our time and effort.
अग्रीड. आई एम सेइंग पहले क्या होता? पहले पहले वर यू सप्लाइंग टू एवरीबॉडी, एनीबॉडी एंड एवरीबॉडी?
Yeah. We were supplying to everybody. We were trying to be cost effective. We were trying to see, अच्छा ये प्राइस कस्टमर मांग रहा है तो हम देखते हैं कैसे कोशिश करते हैं, थोड़ा सस्ता मशीन ले लेते हैं, थोड़ा कॉम्प्रोमाइज कर लेते हैं कहीं पे, फिर उसको सही करने की ट्राई करो. मतलब बहुत सारा खिचड़ी हो जाता था और टाइम और एफर्ट अपना चले जाता था, वेस्ट हो जाता. तो इतना मेहनत करने के बाद भी, लाइक देयर आर सो मेनी पीपल इन आवर इंडस्ट्री हु वर्क विद द ऑटोमोटिव सेगमेंट. In the rubber industry, automotive market is the largest market. We don't do any business, we don't intend to do any business in the automotive sector. I've had people who do 10 times the business that I do and say, "Yaar, I'm tired, I've spent 40 years of my life and I don't know if it was worth it." It added so much stress to my life when I look back the automotive industry and the market, कि I don't think it was worth it. So we were in that zone for the first 2, 3, 4 years, and luckily we were able to channelize our energies, did ASP and few other things with which we started working with the right kind of customers.
Very nice. Very nice. So could you show us how do you manage your customers, customer profiles, and how do you manage what you do with the client?
Sure, sir. I don't have a lot of formats, but there are two specific formats that I would like to show, and there's another one example later that I'll share.
Guys, are you getting a drift of what Darshan is trying to say or what he's done? समझ में आ रहा है बाकी सबको?
Is this visible?
Yes.
So, sir, this is how we map any new client or prospect that comes to us. Okay, कि ये client डोमेस्टिक है या एक्सपोर्ट है, क्लाइंट का रेवेन्यू क्या है, क्लाइंट की टीम साइज क्या है, हमारा पोटेंशियल बिजनेस उसके साथ क्या है. देन दिस इज रियली इंपॉर्टेंट कि क्लाइंट हमारे पास आ क्यों रहा है. कि एंड हियर वी आर वेरी वेरी क्लियर दैट इट कैन नॉट बी प्राइस being the primary reason why the client is coming to us. Either he has to come because there is some material know-how that we have, there's some product know-how that we have, प्रोडक्ट क्वालिटी का उसको इशू आ रहा है, ही इज नॉट गेटिंग कंसिस्टेंट सप्लाई फ्रॉम समवेयर, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर नहीं है जो उसके एग्जिस्टिंग वेंडर्स हैं उनके पास, एक्सेट्रा. एंड देन इन द सेकेंडरी पार्ट, ओके व्हाट इज द सेकेंड रीजन. यहाँ पे प्राइस इज ओके specifically for exports. So if a customer in Germany or UK is coming to us, but by default we will be cheaper than manufacturers there. So as a secondary layer, that is okay. बट प्राइमरी लेयर में कभी भी ये नहीं हो सकता कि प्राइस की वजह से कस्टमर हमारे पास आ रहा है. देन व्हाट वी मैप इज कि कस्टमर का कंपटीशन क्या है, एक्सपोर्ट है या लोकल है. सो if I have a customer in Germany, is he competing with some Indian company or is he competing with a company in UK, France, etc.? Is it an MNC or is it a local Indian company? There's only one local Indian company that we work with. So, with due respect, for example, even a Mahindra and a Tata is for us a local domestic company. कस्टमर का टारगेट मार्केट क्या है, वो कहाँ पे बेच रहा है, एंड हमारा कंपटीशन कौन है उस कस्टमर के पास. इज ही करंटली बाइंग फ्रॉम सम अदर इंडियन वेंडर और इज ही बाइंग फ्रॉम जर्मनी, फ्रांस, यूएस, सो ऑन एंड सो फोर्थ. So then that gives you a clarity ki who in his mental space, what is the kind of price he's used to, what is the kind of lead time is he used to, what is the kind of qualitative and audit requirements that he's used to. And only when these criteria we understand do we get down to, okay, let's do business with this guy and let's give them an offer.
So you have a comprehensive sheet of understand the customer.
100%.
Guys, everybody
60
write down.
65 ही तो है और साल के 20-25 और ऐड करने हैं, तो we are very much hunters in that sense.
Okay, guys, everybody write down that we need an in-depth sheet and we need to define the criterias for understand the customer. पहले customer को समझो, unless you are in a B2C market. Understand the customer. If you are in a B2B, B2B, B2, either your export or government or B2B or any other market like this, even if you're in a distribution market, understand the customer. Only in B2C, you may not want to look at this. You may not want to look at this. No sheet is getting shared. Write down from whatever you want to write down. Okay. Because if you understand your customer, your sales becomes much easier and you know who you wanted. Like मैं बोलता हूँ, and define your rocket customer. Define your golden customer. We have not even defined our golden customer. We don't qualify our golden customer. And we work with every Tom, Dick and Harry who comes with us. क्योंकि so Darshan, can you just put some light on this?
Yeah.
Everybody's science is this. In what is the science? यार कस्टमर खुद चल के आ रहा है तो इसको सर्व कर ही देते हैं ना, क्या फर्क पड़ेगा. मतलब वो खुद ही आ रहा है, ही इज कमिंग हिमसेल्फ, इनबाउंड है. सो इफ इज इनबाउंड तो मतलब क्या है, उसको सर्व कर ही दो. मतलब थोड़ा बहुत कुछ दे के तो जाएगा, कुछ लेके तो नहीं जाएगा. अच्छा ठीक है, मेरा एवरेज जीपी लेट से 20% है, ये बंदा मुझे 15% दे रहा है, 10% दे रहा है, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, 10-15% तो दे ही रहा है ना. So what would
Yeah.
you do to this mindset?
सर आपको तो जवाब पता ही है इसका, बट आई मीन एक चीज हम सब में कॉमन है, जो भी इस रूम में, हम सबके पास 24 घंटे हैं, राइट. हम चूज कर सकते हैं कि भाई हम हमारे दिमाग में कितना काम रख सकते हैं. एनी कस्टमर हु इज एडिंग इवन अ लिटिल बिट टू योर टाइम, बैंडविड्थ, रिसोर्सेज, एंड देन वंस यू गेट क्लैरिटी ऑफ दिस, इट परकोलेट्स डाउन टू योर टीम ऑल्सो. कि टीम को तो आपने रख लिया है, बट व्हाट डू यू वांट द टीम टू फोकस ऑन? डू यू वांट द टीम टू फोकस ऑन वैल्यू एडिशन और डू यू वांट देम टू फोकस ऑन, नहीं नहीं इसको मैनेज कर लो, इसको पटा लो. सो अ रॉन्ग कस्टमर, द अमाउंट ऑफ baggage that a wrong customer adds on your company as a whole is massive, in my
ये
opinion.
समझा दो जरा.
सर वो कैसा है अभी, एक कस्टमर है हमारा, होता था, हाँ, है नहीं, 5-6 साल पहले. इट्स अ कंपनी इन गुजरात. इट्स द लार्जेस्ट मैन्युफैक्चरर ऑफ डेयरी मशीनरी इन द कंट्री, बट इट्स अ कंप्लीट गवर्नमेंट रन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. And we used to do a business with them at that time. They used to be our third largest client. But we realized we were doing 400 products for them. Every small dispatch to them required specific paperwork. Every dispatch to them required कि नहीं, आप कुछ स्पेशल करो उनके लिए, कुछ खराब हो गया तो आदमी को भेजो, वापस करो, एक्सेट्रा. वो टॉप थर्ड लार्जेस्ट क्लाइंट को ड्रॉप करने से मेरी टीम की कैपेसिटी 30-40% से बढ़ गई. एंड देन वी सेड ओके, अब जो बचे हैं, जो सही टाइप के कस्टमर्स है, जो हमको उस टाइप का मैन्युफैक्चरिंग और बिजनेस बनाने में हेल्प करेंगे, जो हम 20 साल तक चलाना चाहते हैं, लेट्स फोकस ऑन दैट. एंड दैट रियली चेंज द गेम फॉर अस individually, even for our team. I'll give one very specific example. You know, a lot of time, I mean, different people, different businesses, I'm just sharing out of my own experience. My team also doesn't talk about cost cutting at all. We never discuss cost cutting. Even when a vendor is coming to us and says we have a cheaper product, we will never discuss it. We'll say वैल्यू ऐड क्या हो रही है, इससे कुछ बेटर हो रहा है मेरे प्रोडक्ट में तो डिस्कस करते हैं, नहीं तो चेंज करने के लिए भी मेरे को आई डोंट वांट टू रिस्क इट और फाइंड आउट डूइंग अ टेस्टिंग कि ये चलेगा या नहीं चलेगा. What I mean to say by this is, if we have an investment to make, of course we'll make a comparison, we'll do our pros and cons, etc., and decide what is the best option in value terms. But we will never, even our team will never take up an activity just for the sake of अच्छा इससे हमारा maybe कुछ 2% 5% बढ़ जाएगा.
सस्ता हो जाएगा, सस्ता हो जाएगा कि
सस्ता
पीछे
हो
ढील।
जाएगा कि कोई एब्सोल्युटली करना ही नहीं है. मतलब
और आप
उनको
कह
पता है
रहे
कि मैं ही झाड़ दूंगा उनको कि
आप
किसने
कह रहे
बोला तुमको ये करने के
आप
लिए.
कह रहे हो आपका थर्ड लार्जेस्ट कस्टमर जो था, आपने यू टोल्ड हिम वी डोंट वांट टू वर्क विद यू काइंड ऑफ थिंग।
यस.
यू डिडंट आस्क हिम कि भाई प्लीज इंक्रीज आवर प्राइसेस।
No, we
व्हाई?
did. In fact, he came back to us 3 times in the next 2 years. नहीं कि आप प्राइस ज्यादा चार्ज कर लीजिए, यू नो, वी आर नॉट गेटिंग दिस दैट. अब जो कस्टमर आपको कोई बता रहा था ना अभी नाक दबा के काम करता है, वो कस्टमर जानता है कि वो आपका नाक दबा रहा है. वो जानता है कि ही इज, यू नो, ही इज टेकिंग अवे अ पार्ट ऑफ योर लाइफ. A wrong customer is very well aware that you're serving him at the cost of your time, attention, family time, other things that you could be doing.
So you are saying that it is not a great strategy to ask your current wrong customers to increase prices.
No, not at all. If
You
he's
should
not
not.
good for you in the long term, he's not, matlab, in my opinion, he's not to be worked with. As a temporary measure, if you have some contracts, etc., maybe you can increase prices, but we don't do that. We just got up and said, sir, nahi ho pa raha hai. You take a certain amount of time to develop somebody else. We, I think, gave them 6 months. And then they came back to us 3 times in the next 2 years that please work with us, you know, give us a quotation, take us higher pricing. मेरे पास अगर स्क्रीन मतलब unfortunately I'm traveling, otherwise I would have showed you emails from them. We said no, we will not work with you. There is a cultural problem in your organization, your priorities are different, and some of these large companies know that they squeeze smaller companies, that they take advantage of owner driven businesses, and they are okay with that. I mean, the purchase guys are rewarded based on how much they can squeeze small businesses. I personally met somebody from a very large German company. If this is private, uh, my name starts with B. The purchase guy was having a drink with me. He was a friend's cousin, and he said, "I'm sitting here because I know we were underpaying one vendor. He came to fight with us for some price revision, and my boss told me that if you get a further price reduction from him, I will move you to Germany." And he used certain tactics. That was an old fellow. They made them wait for 2 hours. Usko bhadkaya, bhadkaya. Eventually, he agreed to a price reduction, and that guy was sitting with me in Germany and telling me the story.
वेरी नाइस। तो आप जब जाते हो यू गो टू द परचेज गाय, बिकॉज परचेज गायज का तो KRA प्राइस रिडक्शन ही है। How does it work with the purchase guys? Because purchase guys are not interested in quality, they're not interested in how good you are, they're not interested in the value you offer. They say scrap it, मेरे को नहीं, मेरे को क्या करना तेरा क्वालिटी का, तेरा वैल्यू का। अच्छा ठीक है, सभी दे रहे हैं मेरे को क्वालिटी, सभी दे रहे हैं मेरे को, सब देते हैं भाई मेरे को। आई एम नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन दिस, आई एम नॉट इम्प्रेस्ड विद योर सिस्टम्स, आई एम नॉट इम्प्रेस्ड विद योर फैक्ट्री। सो हाउ डू यू सर्कमवेंट द परचेज गाय?
ये ऐसा नहीं है सर, आप जो बोल रहे हैं वो मैं मतलब अग्री नहीं करता हूँ इस बात के साथ. इट डिपेंड्स
बताओ।
ऑन कि
आई
वो
एम आई
कस्टमर
एम
और उसका कल्चर कैसा है. फॉर द राइट कस्टमर, अगर कोई एक अच्छा बीएमपी का स्टूडेंट है तो उसके परचेज वाले का केआरए ये नहीं है कि उसने कॉस्ट रिड्यूस किया कि नहीं. अगर हमारे परचेज वाले हैं तो उसका सबसे पहला धर्म है कि भाई स्टॉक आउट नहीं होना चाहिए, मेरा थ्रूपुट सफर नहीं होना चाहिए. So that is his first priority. Second is reliability. And then third comes to be competitive. So we look for companies where the KRA of the purchase guy's first job is to make sure there are no stockouts. Products are developed first time right, because that gives you an advantage to go to the market faster and find reliable suppliers. And then that supplier has to be cost competitive within a certain competitive space. तो
This you're talking about, so I'm just being a devil's advocate and I'm talking from the point of view of everybody sitting here. This you're talking about international market. Domestic mein to it doesn't work like this. Domestic mein to everybody's wanting price. No. Vikas is
not true, sir.
saying,
Not true. I have now, because of my lens, reduced that thought process. But let's say if you go and I'm putting out there, let's say you go and supply to ISRO as a manufacturer. Is ISRO going to tell you that okay, थोड़ा सस्ता कर दो इसको? They are going to tell you, boss, rocket ऊपर फटना नहीं चाहिए. तो it depends on आप किससे बात कर रहे हैं और उसके प्रायोरिटी में. हाँ, so actually thanks for that, sir. I'll share the second sheet that I wanted to. This is something else that we map. ये ब्लू वाला जो डब्बा है, ये वो है जो हम हमारे कंपनी के अंदर करते हैं. अब मैं मेरी कंपनी में जो करता हूँ उसके लिए मुझे कुछ मटेरियल्स चाहिए. जैसे हम रबर बनाते हैं तो वी नीड रबर, केमिकल्स, वी नीड सम मशीनरीज एक्सेट्रा. वी नीड स्किल्स, international representative, technical experts. We want to have some good operators on the shop floor, and we need the money. And then we have suppliers of these whatever resources that we require. फिर हम हमारे अंदर का कुछ करते हैं जो आपने बीएमपी में सब सिखा दिया कि कैसे कर रहे हो, क्या कर रहे हो, कैसे करना चाहिए. अब हम किसको सप्लाई कर रहे हैं? सो वी आर सप्लाइंग टू ओईएम मैन्युफैक्चरर्स एंड सम अदर रबर पार्ट मैन्युफैक्चरर्स आल्सो इन द यूएस. वो किस इंडस्ट्री में सप्लाई कर रहा है? रिफाइनरी, एरोस्पेस, फूड प्रोसेसिंग, इरिगेशन, अर्थ मूविंग इक्विपमेंट, एचवैक,
तो आपने
सोलार.
अपने कस्टमर का कस्टमर पूरा मैप किया हुआ है.
बिल्कुल, क्योंकि अगर ये कंज्यूमर, अभी पेट्रोलियम, एरोस्पेस, फूड, बेवरेज, गारमेंट, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, दिस इज द कंज्यूमर जिसके वॉलेट में से पैसा जाता है या जो कार्ड स्वाइप कर रहा है. अगर ये बंद हो गया तो ये अफेक्ट होगा, ये अफेक्ट होगा तो ये अफेक्ट होगा, ये अफेक्ट होगा तो मैं अफेक्ट होऊंगा.
एक मिनट रुको, just 1 second. Guys, please write down. Find out your customer and find out who your customer supplies to. Write down. Who does your customer supply to?
Which industry is he supplying to? And then after that, who is the consumer in that industry?
So who's the consumer in that industry, meaning?
The consumer is eventually, even in a B2B, there is some retail transaction that happens, right? So petrol or chemical products or chemical processing is a B2B industry. But eventually तो वो कहीं ना कहीं रिटेल में जा रहा है ना. तो कौन सा
You're
रिटेल बिजनेस भी अफेक्ट होगा जिससे आपका B2B बिजनेस अफेक्ट हो सकता है?
very nice. Okay, so you're saying customer, customers, customer, customers, customers, customer. फाइनल एंड
करेक्ट.
कंज्यूमर कौन है, उसका पीछे का,
कंज्यूमर कौन है?
पीछे का, उसका पीछे का. तो आपने
करेक्ट.
तीनों मैप कर लिए.
बिल्कुल.
Okay, this happens over a period of time, of course, but it happens.
This, yeah, it's the value chain, no sir. Eventually जब पेट्रोकेमिकल से निकला और उसने पेट्रोल अपनी गाड़ी में डाला, so this is why that dotted line is there. This gave us a clear visibility of our dependence on the petrochemical industry.
Okay.
But this is the entire value chain. अगर ये रिटेल वाले ने बंद कर दिया for whatever reason, if somebody stops buying sugar drinks and you are manufacturing sugar, it's a not good long term strategy, right?
Hmm.
You have
Absolutely.
to pivot to something else.
Right. Right.
Another
Right.
example I would like to share is for the right customer. और ये जो आप परचेज वाले का एग्जांपल दे रहे थे, 4-5 साल पहले हम सोचते भी नहीं. हमारे पास एक ऑर्डर आया एक कस्टमर का, and the order value was not very high. It was around 10 lakhs. And usually there are some certification, material test certifications that the customer requires. Now, mostly what we would do is that if we have the certification, we would tell them that we have the certification. और नहीं है तो हम बोल देते हैं कि यार ये हमारे पास नहीं है तो हम नहीं कोट कर पाएंगे. लेकिन जब हमने राइट कस्टमर के साथ काम करना शुरू किया, हमको लगा कि एक बार ठीक है उसको बोल देते हैं कि आर मटेरियल इज कंप्लायंट बट वी हैव नॉट टेस्टेड इट. नाउ द ऑर्डर वैल्यू इज 10 lakhs. द कॉस्ट ऑफ टेस्टिंग द मटेरियल इज 30 lakhs. टिपिकली लाइक जो आप बोल रहे हैं, एक इंडियन परचेज वाला बोलेगा अरे पागल है क्या, मैं थोड़ी इसका टेस्ट करवाऊंगा. वो कस्टमर का पूरा प्रायोरिटी ही अलग है उसका। प्रायोरिटी ये है कि मेरे को ये जल्द से जल्द मार्केट पे लॉन्च करना है। दैट कस्टमर पेड अस फॉर द टेस्टिंग 30 लाख रुपीज ऑन अ
दस
10 लाख
लाख
रुपी ऑर्डर।
10 लाख के ऑर्डर पे 30 लाख रुपए उसने आपके टेस्टिंग
उसने दी थी।
कर दी।
करेक्ट। एंड नॉट ओनली दैट, देयर इज अ कॉस्ट ऑफ मेंटेनिंग दैट ऑन एन एनुअल बेसिस। तो देन दे डिफाइंड इट कि अच्छा हम इतना बिजनेस करेंगे आपके साथ साल में तो ये आप भरोगे, अगर हमने नहीं किया तो वो भी हम भरेंगे।
वाह।
Now that, like, I remember this so distinctly from 3 years ago because it
दर्शन, you're frozen. दर्शन, uh दर्श दर्शन. Okay, so he seems to have frozen for Darshan, you're back?
yes sir, yes sir.
Okay, sorry, you froze in the middle. Yes, tell me.
Yeah, so just this as an example, right? A good customer changes your thinking, elevates your thinking, takes you to the next level. There's a lot of pride in doing business. uh, I mean, there are a lot of subtle advantages to it. In our industry, in rubber industry, if you ask anybody about Harkesh Rubber, we might not be the biggest, but they'll tell you, no, those guys are doing a fairly decent job. Uh, People have walked up to our father, Jay and me handle this business together, and people have walked up to our father and told them at exhibitions, that your sons are doing a good job. So
Wow.
there's a lot of pride in what you do for the right customer. You build something long term. A lot of people complain about कि आजकल लोग टिकते नहीं है, young लोग ऐसे हैं वैसे हैं. We hire straight out of campuses, and young kids love working with us. We'll put a young kid with 6 months of training with the right attitude in front of an export client, and he'll never get that kind of opportunity elsewhere. We give them decision making power. We explain TOC to them. We tell them जो भी decision लो, throughput should have a higher increase than the operating expense that you are making. At a managerial level, you are free to decide what you do after that. Now,
Very
these kind
nice.
of things people don't get anywhere else.
Absolutely. Can you explain throughput? Just by the way, Darshan and Jay, both of them had gone to the International TOC uh,
Summit.
Summit. International TOC Summit. They had gone and they were presenting to the entire TOC community in US. And they were invited to present to the entire TOC community. So that was something which I thought was remarkable. Throughput के बारे में थोड़ा सा बता दो जरा.
Sure, sir. It was an honor, sir. I got associated with TOC again after college because of you. And Rami Goldrat, Mr. Goldrat's son, was the keynote speaker at that event. Um, So throughput is nothing the realized sale minus whatever it costs to convert the raw material into that product. So GP भी बोल सकते हैं, that is easier. In our case, because the credit periods are anyways not very high. That is, sorry, I forgot about that because it's second nature to us. With the right customer, you don't have to chase payments. That is one big headache. You will come to our office and spend 1 month, and you will not hear a single person say or talk to a customer about payment. We will send them a mail when a particular payment is due. Payment will come through. The only reason if some payment has not come through is because they've not logged it onto their portal or somehow the invoice has been missed. Apart from that, we never follow up for payment. And if 2, 3 times we have to follow up for payment, we'll tell them that, sir, this is not how we work. You might want to find another vendor.
Wow. Okay, excellent. Guys, anybody with any questions? Just one second. Anybody with any questions? Anybody having a question regarding what did you learn? What did you understand? Or any questions? Like
Yeah, I would
Darshan
like to
said,
ask
I
you.
said let's open this up for anybody with any questions because abna aap kar rahe ho. Because what Darshan and Jay have done with Harkesh Rubber is that they have defined a golden circle. Now they are selling only golden products only to golden clients. उसके beyond वो कर ही नहीं रहे. They are not doing it at all. वो कर ही नहीं रहे. उन्होंने करना बंद कर दिया. They have stopped it. Yes, Yash, fast.
Yeah,
And
so
anybody
my
else with a question worth?
Thank you so much, Darshan, for the wonderful sharing. I just want to ask, are you also outsourcing any of your products to increase your manufacturing capacity?
No, we are not doing any outsourcing. We outsource some of the secondary products like metal inserts that we buy. But no, technically, I've had a discussion with Rahul sir about it. I think this is a little industry specific. Our customers want 100% quality, and that is what we are promising to them. So we prefer to have 100% control on what we do in that sense.
सो एक बात और बताओ, इनका ना फैक्ट्री रबर बनाती है। रबर समझते हो? रबर बनाती है। रबर काला होता है, गिरता है, गंदा होता है। और किसी भी रबर फैक्ट्री में चले जाओ, उसका फ्लोर गंदा ही होगा। इन लोगों ने पता है क्या किया है? इन लोगों ने अपनी फ्लोरिंग वाइट कर दी है। वाइट, दे हैव अ वाइट फ्लोरिंग ऑन देयर फैक्ट्री फ्लोर। फैक्ट्री की फ्लोर वाइट है, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग रबर। तो अगर कहीं भी रबर गिरेगा तो फैक्ट, इज दैट राइट दर्शन, और एम आई?
No, no, 100% right, sir. Our plant looks like a manufacturing or a pharma setup. So we've when this is one of the things that people distinctly remember कि uh, we have a white flooring. आप एक बार factory is our showroom. Like no customer will, before we pitch anything to them, we say come and visit the factory or at least see the video. I'll share the video on the group. But yeah, everything is built in our entire company. Everything is built for the right customer.
वेरी नाइस। सो होल
वो
पूरी,
अंदर घुसने के बाद उसको समझ में नहीं आना चाहिए वो यूरोप में या यूएस में। सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट।
वेरी नाइस। तो आपने आप पूरा ऑफरिंग, मतलब पूरी वैल्यू प्रोपोजिशन, एवरीथिंग यू डू फॉर योर गोल्डन कस्टमर। एवरीथिंग, द
यस सर।
फैक्ट्री इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, द फ्लोरिंग ऑफ द फैक्ट्री इज फॉर योर गोल्डन कस्टमर।
यस सर।
एब्सोल्युटली अमेजिंग। सो आपका ना पूरा एकदम फोकस आ गया कि भाई मैं, ये मेरा गोल्डन कस्टमर है, और मैं सब कुछ जो करूंगा, मेरी पिच, मेरा ऑफर, मेरा सब कुछ गोल्डन कस्टमर के लिए है। वेरी नाइस। एनीबडी एल्स विद एनी क्वेश्चंस? क्वेश्चंस लाइक यू वुड हैव, कि भाई मैं दाम बढ़ा रहा हूँ। अभी क्या हो रहा है कि अभी लोग बड़े खुश हो रहे हैं, वो कह रहे हैं ना, मैंने ना, मेरा कस्टमर था, मैंने ना ब्लैक सर्कल में था, मैंने काम किया, मैंने उसके दाम बढ़ा दिए और उसने ना मेरे को दे दिया, विच इज गुड, लेवल वन। But at the end of the day, you're still left with that stupid customer. Sorry, not stupid, any customer is good, but you're still left holding the baby with that customer. Okay, anybody with a question? Anybody with a question? Tanmay, fast.
Sir, I would like to ask a question, please.
Yes, Ruchika. Sorry, Ruchika's camera is off. She's not well. Yes, Ruchika.
Darshan, really nice sharing. Thank you for sharing this manufacturing state. I mean, this whole background that you have. Just wanted to ask you, when you say you don't buy, you buy like machinery only top notch from the three top manufacturers. We are struggling with that. We just feel like we should always buy second hand. So what is your advice to that?
What is your purpose of buying the second hand machinery? If it is going to make it cheaper, if you can't afford a brand new one, then might as well have a second hand one. But second hand one also of one of those top three manufacturers. So the
Right.
decision making is really simple. We won't do anything to save cost. So
Right.
eh, I mean, if I have bought second hand machinery in the past because I mean something cost 5 crores and I'm getting it for 1 crore and I can't buy that 5 crore today, I'll still do it if it is from my top three manufacturers.
Right. That's fine. They're buying secondhand from the top three manufacturers.
As long as you're not wasting your time making it run, absolutely go ahead and do it.
Yeah, yeah, right. So if you have a department to run that, then it's fine, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sales and marketing, any questions? Any questions left on the fact कि हम लोग पप्पू कस्टमर उठा लेते हैं या नॉर्मल कस्टमर उठा लेते हैं? इनकमिंग कस्टमर आ रहा है, इनकमिंग इंक्वायरी है, फैक्ट्री में स्पेस है, तो एक काम करो, इससे ना काम कर लो। ये करते हैं ना हम लोग, एवरीबॉडी? अरे हाँ, नहीं, एवरीबॉडी।
यस सर। तो
यही
ये करते
माइंडसेट
तो
है।
यही है कि
माइंडसेट तो यही है।
कैपेसिटी है, कैपेसिटी और खाली है तो जो भी ऑर्डर है एक बार ले लो ताकि फैक्ट्री में काम तो चलता रहे।
हाँ, तो ये दर्शन क्या कह रहे हैं कि इन लोगों ने अपनी क्या स्ट्रैटेजी बनाई है, दे हैव चोज टू बाइट द बुलेट, और ये कह रहे हैं कि जी नहीं, मैं उसके साथ काम ही नहीं करूंगा। Is that right, Darshan, or am I going wrong here?
Yes, sir. And no, 100%. And one maybe thing I forgot to add is that when you start working with those right customers, no, it has a juggernaut effect. When you get three, four, five of those really good ones, the sixth becomes easier, the seventh is easier, eighth is easier, ninth is easier. Because then you are working with that top tier already. So there's a credibility in place, there's a proof of concept in place. They trust you. You've already elevated your level uh, for those top five.
Yeah.
So
Another question.
yeah,
Yeah. So sorry, I just cut you short. Another question. And you said कि मेरे को साल में 20 कस्टमर ही चाहिए. तो दिस इज बेस्ड
correct.
ऑन द फैक्ट दैट जो भी सेल्स के टारगेट्स हैं या जो भी प्रॉफिट्स के टारगेट्स हैं उससे बैकवर्ड वर्क करके आप निकालते हो मेरे को 20 ही कस्टमर चाहिए, इससे ज्यादा मुझे चाहिए ही नहीं. ऐसे
Correct.
हाउ डिड यू कैलकुलेट, आई मीन क्या करते हो, व्हाई व्हाई कांट यू हैव 25? विल इट बी बेटर? और अच्छा हो जाएगा यार, और पैसे कमा लूंगा, और अच्छा है.
नहीं, कितने आप हजम कर सकते हो ना, दैट्स द क्वेश्चन इज फॉर द राइट कस्टमर. आपको काम भी करनी है, मेहनत भी करनी है, एंड how much do you need? So there's a level. You can say, I will grow 5x year on year. But as a manufacturing setup, can you and your team grow 5x year on year? Very difficult, uh, doable, but difficult, I would say. For us, we have calculated that हमको कहाँ पहुंचना है और हमारे लिए 4x growth. So our aim is to top line, जो गोल्डरैट सर का एक अच्छा बेंचमार्क है, viable vision, 4x in 10 years. Every 4 years you should aim at being 10x, or your top line should be your bottom line every 4 years. That is, in my opinion, a healthy, sustainable, long term strategy. In order to do that, we need 20 good clients today, which will help us start business next year, but then give us business for the next 5 to 10 years.
Very nice.
This
Yes,
way
Rahul.
you focus on what you get. Say, if you need 20, then you go only for the top 20, not for the 25th or 21st.
Correct.
Hi, Darshan ji. Rahul Balasariya from Kolkata. Thank you so much for sharing and inspiring us all. Wanted to know like two main things कि अभी आप जो sales deck do you still use a sales deck because अभी जैसे आप लेवल पे हो ऐसा लग नहीं रहा है कि शायद अब आपको दरकार पड़ती होगी. But if you're using one, what are you mainly focusing in your sales deck and how it has evolved over the time? Because initially I understand कि सर जैसे बोलते हैं कि अपने systems वगैरह दिखाइए, आप कस्टमर को क्या बेनिफिट मिल रहा है आपसे काम करके वो फोकस कीजिए. So how has it evolved and what are you focusing? Number one. Number two, अभी आप sales side में how are you calculating the throughput? Do you have a structure in place or a sheet in place which helps you calculate if you've given some inputs there, then you're able to calculate and see which customers to focus on, what's your throughput going to be. So these two main questions, and also which city are you from?
Mumbai.
Okay. So I'm from Mumbai. Our sales, we have a very unique selling concept completely. We deep dive a lot because we want 20 customers, so we want to approach only 200. तो हमारा एक भी email standardize वाला नहीं जाता है. We have a one simple introduction which is okay, what are the basic information that you would want to. पहले email में customer क्या जानना चाहता है, आप relevant हो कि नहीं, उसको सब information नहीं चाहिए. उसको ये जानना है कि मोटा मोटी आपके साथ बात करनी चाहिए या नहीं करनी चाहिए. तो वो हमारा एक 20 प्रेजेंटेशन का डेक नहीं होता है. इट इज 4-5 स्लाइड्स which highlights which customers we work with, which certifications we have, and what is our value proposition. ये तीन चार चीजें ही उसमें लिखी होती है. उसके बाद after we have seen their inquiry, we have seen whether this customer is somebody that we want to work with, we see who are we talking to in that company. So there are 3 different departments that usually reach out to us: purchase, engineering, and quality. तो हमने क्या किया हुआ है, हम चैट जीपीटी काफी लेवरेज करते हैं. So we put the information about, let's say ABB is somebody we are talking to. So we will say that, okay, ABB is the company that we are talking to. This is the designation of the person working in ABB. What do you think are the KRA KPIs of this person with this designation? So then it comes out कि उसको lead time reduce करना है, उसको price कम करना है, या whatever is the KRA KPI. Based on that, then we modify our deck कि अच्छा, which of our points convey that message for this person. अभी उसी एबीबी में से अगर मुझे engineering वाले का email आएगा, तो मैं फोकस करूंगा कि मेरा न्यू प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट स्पीड कितना अच्छा है, मेरे पास कितने मटेरियल ऑलरेडी डेवलप्ड है, और केस स्टडीज ऑफ डिफिकल्ट प्रोडक्ट्स दैट आई हैव डेवलप्ड. So we really break it down into that. And when if it is from another industry, then it will be something else. So it's very,
Very nice.
very targeted and specific.
Very nice. So what you're saying is you have it all figured out in the sense कि मेरे को 20 कस्टमर चाहिए आज इस साल. तो 20 कस्टमर के लिए मेरे को 200 लोगों को रीच आउट करना है और मेरी ये सेल्स फनल है. तो अगर मैं 200 लोगों को रीच आउट कर लूंगा तो 20 कस्टमर तो झक मार के आ जाएंगे. और फिर वो जो 200 लोगों को हम लोग रीच आउट करते हैं तो उनको हम, क्योंकि हमारे पास बैंडविड्थ है या डेडिकेटेड रिसोर्स है या जो भी है हमारे पास, तो हम उसको पहली ईमेल में व्हाट्स इन इट फॉर देम या व्हाट्स इन इट फॉर हिम बहुत बहुत पावरफुली शॉर्ट प्रिसाइज क्रिस्प में
Correct.
तो बता देते हैं कि भाई
Correct.
हम क्या हैं और हमसे काम करके तेरे को क्या फायदा होगा. दैट्स व्हाट आई गॉट.
Correct.
Yes, Rahul.
Correct.
Does that answer your question? Anything left?
Yes, yes. So I just want to deep dive onto what you said, that you show the value that you're providing. So can you just little bit expand on कि आप वो जो value जो आप convey करते हैं या show करते हैं in that first mail, what is it that you highlight in that value when you're showing that to the customer? हम वो value कैसे दिखा सकते हैं? What are the things which we can focus on?
That so Rahul, like I said, no, it is different for different people. Engineering के लिए the value is different. Quality के लिए the value is different. अगर
So
मैं quality
associated
वाले
with
से बात कर रहा हूँ,
product and industry, what do you focus when you showing value? What do you actually in your product do you focus in, so that we take cues from that?
वो
प्रोडक्ट के
अभी
बारे में तो
दर्शन
मैं बात ही नहीं कर रहा हूँ. मैं आई वांट टू बी अ डॉक्टर टू दैट गाय. उसको रबर के बारे में अगर कुछ जानना है तो ही शुड कॉल मी. तो प्रोडक्ट के बारे में आई एम नॉट इवन डिस्कसिंग. वी आर इनटू कस्टमाइज प्रोडक्ट्स. तो आई वी ओनली टॉक अबाउट ओके दिस इज आवर कैपेबिलिटी एंड दिस इज हाउ वी कैन ब्रिंग सक्सेस टू योर डेजिग्नेशन. कि आप हमको सिलेक्ट करोगे. जैसे परचेज वाले का एक सबसे बड़ा डर ये है कि उसने किसी फालतू वेंडर को सिलेक्ट कर लिया और कल उठ के बड़ा रिजेक्शन हो गया तो परचेज वाले को पूरी कंपनी में लोग ब्लेम करेंगे कि तू फालतू वेंडर ढूंढ के आया. तो उसके लिए वैल्यू ये है कि मैं रिलायबल हूँ. एंड maybe this answers your question. We have a 3-word statement: reliability, speed, and expertise. Everything that we do comes down to these 3 words. We have to be reliable, we have to be fast, we have to be experts at what we do.
Okay,
So
thank you
Rahul,
so much.
I'll just carry this on a bit. So all of these questions are coming from a commodity मंडी में बेचने वाला mindset that all of us have. हमारे पास एक प्रोपोजिशन है, एक एक स्लाइड है, एक बैनर है, एक पेज है जो हम हर आदमी को चिप देते हैं. और हमने वी हैव नॉट स्पेंड एनी टाइम इन अंडरस्टैंडिंग आवर कस्टमर. Zero time we have spent in understanding the customer. And if you have not understood who is your rocket client, अगर आपने ये ही नहीं समझा किसी ने कि मेरा रॉकेट कस्टमर है कौन, वन, उसकी KRA KPI क्या है, उसका MIS क्या है, उसका बाइंग प्रोसेस क्या है, तो अगर हमने ये सब नहीं समझा तो हम जो बेच रहे हैं वो स्प्रे एंड प्रे कर रहे हैं कि भाई ये सारी चीजें हम करते हैं, तू देख ले तेरे को क्या जमता है. तो वो स्प्रे एंड प्रे इज नॉट अ स्पेशलाइज्ड कंपनी. इट इज अ, मतलब फिर तो ये ग्लोबल कंपनी, मतलब ग्लोबल नहीं, मतलब फिर तो ये वो वाली कंपनी है कि अच्छा ठीक है भाई, हमने ना टाइम ही नहीं इन्वेस्ट किया इस पे. वी हैव नॉट इन्वेस्टेड टाइम ऑन सेल्स एंड मार्केटिंग. वी हैव ओनली इन्वेस्टेड टाइम इन ऑपरेशंस ऑल आवर लाइफ. एंड बिकॉज ऑफ लैक ऑफ टाइम इन्वेस्टेड इन सेल्स एंड मार्केटिंग, थिंकिंग नहीं करी, सोचा नहीं है. तो क्योंकि ये नहीं किया है, ये सब चीजें एलियन कॉन्सेप्ट लगती है, इससे कैसे होगा. बट ट्रस्ट मी, व्हेन यू स्टार्ट डाइविंग डीप इनटू इट, इट विल स्टार्ट एमर्जिंग. सॉरी, यस नीरज,
Sir, can I demo that? Sorry, just to back you up.
प्लीज.
थोड़ा सा deep dive में.
यस दर्शन.
Yeah, 1 second, sir. So this is what we call our business model canvas. Who is the customer we want to serve? So we want to serve industrial engineering companies focused on quality. वहाँ हमारे बात किससे होती है? परचेज वाले से होती है. परचेज वाला सिर्फ गेट ओपन कर सकता है. Purchase guy cannot sign off on the purchase order without the approval of the engineering department. The engineering department is actually the decision maker, but purchase guy can close the door on us. Quality is the gatekeeper. If the quality guy says कि यार इनका compliance ठीक नहीं है, certifications नहीं है, तो ये बंद कर देंगे. So हमारा message depending हम किससे बात कर रहे हैं change होता है. Now this is the deep dive that sir was talking about. I am sharing this for the first time. Eventually buying is an emotional decision. What is the emotion that the person wants to feel when he is working with us? So the first emotion he wants is trust, safety. मेरी इज्जत नहीं चली जाए. मैं इनके साथ काम करूंगा तो कल उठ के मुझे कोई एम्बैरेस ना कर दे कि यार तू इंडिया में कैसी कंपनी ढूंढ के आया. सो ट्रस्ट, सेफ्टी. देन ही वांट्स टू बी अप्रिशिएटेड कि यार क्या वेंडर ढूंढा है तुमने. ही वांट्स सिक्योरिटी. कुछ गड़बड़ हो गई तो फाइनेंशियल नुकसान नहीं होगा. फेमिलियरिटी, बिलोंगिंगनेस. सो दैट इज व्हाई लैंग्वेज, जर्मन गाय सेलिंग टू जर्मनी. We have now local guys selling to local people in different countries. And he wants excitement. कि अच्छा फटाफट कर दिया. You know? How are we meeting those emotions? And this is our value proposition of reliability, 100% on-time delivery, quality, which is then delivered through these things. So depending on who we are talking to and what are their KRA KPIs, we change our message accordingly.
Very nice. Awesome work. Awesome work. Really, really, really nice. बहुत बढ़िया जी. Yes, Neeraj, last question.
Darshan, it's amazing seeing what you've achieved and what you are doing. My question is how difficult or how easy it is to change the mindset to achieve all this. You need to have a mindset of the entire team and entire workforce. How difficult and how easy it is to make that shift happen in the team and the manpower.
I mean, I don't focus on the difficulty. I focus on the fact कि यार हमको तो ये करना है. This is what Harkesh Rabbar does. So we've had people who've joined us and said कि I've in 30, 40 years of my being in the industry, I've never seen the focus on quality that Harkesh Rabbar has. But this is what we have. So we focus a hell of a lot on training in the beginning. पहले 2 हफ्ते तक कोई भी नया बंदा आके काम ही नहीं करता है. वो TOC के गोल्ड के वीडियोस देखता है, वो हमारा टीम अलाइनमेंट मीटिंग देखता है. Then they listen to customers talking about us. You know, there's that scene in the movie Laksh कि ये सब trophies अब तुम्हारी भी responsibility है, Hrithik Roshan go on the first day. We do that. You know, whatever the company has achieved in the last 30, 40 years, it is your responsibility to take it forward. So we focus a lot on the training and we have a lot of periodic realignment. So we use a performance system tracking called balance scorecard, which is a little, it's not just numbers driven. You know, it is a direction that we are approaching. So we keep discussing with the team कि अच्छा what are you doing to add value, what are you doing to, आपने FMSs में कितने step add किए या checklist में क्या किया, what have you done to make the company systemized and process driven. So at the manager level, it is not just problem solving, it is about how many things you digitized. So constant, there is no one stop solution. You have to constantly keep passing that message to the team. And once they see you leading the way, then of course that also makes it easier. You have to walk the talk.
Very nice. Very, very
Thank you.
nice.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ji. Thank you. So thank you so much, Darshan, for coming and sharing. I think today was really incredible. What do you say, guys?
Amazing, sir. Amazing.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
Amazing, sir. Thank you so much, Darshan.
बाकी सबको
Thank you
कैसा
so
लगा?
much.
Really amazing, sir.
So this is something like I can feel that sense of speechlessness that I am experiencing myself. Everybody is the same. Darshan bhai, every smallest partner, what you shared after doing BMP, after in this class, I trying to experience khud ko aa raha tha, but the way you articulated everything in such a simple way that I can lock it on every step what is happening along with you and your company. Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Sachin ji. So I didn't want it to be a little, sheet and systems and all of that, because a lot of it is, about 5-10 years of thinking and how to go from here. So happy to share my experience, and if anybody wants, please feel free to reach out. A big thank you to Rahul sir. He's been instrumental in what we've done. I've done BMP, my brother's done, my wife is doing right now, and ASP as well. He's brought about an entire shift in our family for the last 2-3 years. I think every dinner table conversation has Rahul sir. वो ये एकलव्य के जो गुरु थे उनकी तरह. He is always omnipresent
Thank you. Thank you
at our
so much.
dinner table.
Very nice. Ashwin is saying that I joined because of Darshan. Darpan.
Okay.
Darshan.
That
Yeah,
Darshan.
Darpan is
Darpan is
Darshan's.
Darpan is my brother-in-law.
Acha,
Yeah,
Darpan is your brother-in-law. Okay, okay.
and they are into amusement park. They are slide manufacturers, and so we've bought a lot of things from them. And Darpan was the one who pushed me, and he told me, Darshan, that you are also doing it. Today,
Okay.
when you came in, I was like, I have seen you in Niral's photo. So I thought, oh,
Okay.
I've seen him somewhere. And then
Got
it
it.
clicked when you said she's into hiring. Very
Right.
nice seeing you
Right.
here.
Very nice. Very
Same,
nice.
same, Ashwin ji.
So awesome.
All right.
Awesome. So thank you so much once again, Darshan, for changing so many people's lives, inspiring people. And I'm sure what you've said will add a lot of value to everybody. And they will be able to implement this much more simply. And the way you've put it makes it sound, it's a total different world in मतलब एक कॉन्टेक्स्ट आज सबकी दुनिया में जितने लोग बैठे हैं सबकी दुनिया में कॉन्टेक्स्ट बदल गया बिजनेस करने का. Now they have a new context to think from, and over a period of time I'm sure they will implement all of this. So a big thank you to you. So ladies and gentlemen, can we all thank Darshan for taking out his time even on a vacation and thanking us or when he's out.
Thank you,
Thank you
Darshan.
so
Thank you,
much, sir.
Darshan.
A lot
Thank
of
you,
it is
Darshan.
because of
Bye.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
thank
you
you.
very much.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Darshan.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
So thanks a lot,
Thank you,
and
Darshan
thanks a
ji.
lot,
Thank
Rahul
you,
sir.
Darshan.
I
Thank
want to take
you.
this chance to thank you for changing our lives and so many other people. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ji. Thank you so much. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your vacations also. Bye bye, Darshan.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Bye, sir.
Bye bye. Bye bye.